Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. Tornado warning for Port Elgin on this particular storm. A few of these frames have actually looked pretty impressive. This one a little bit, but this one right here is the reason I decided to jump on the live stream and go live here. I'm sure a lot of folks are wondering why the Sarnia Police Department has tweeted that there's a tornado warning for our area. To clarify, this tornado warning goes all the way down to Sarnia because of this giant, ridiculous polygon. It covers the entire Lake Huron section here. And therefore, Sarnia believes they're underneath a tornado warning right now. And the only risk is for Port Elgin, which is way up here by Southampton. Ice says, am I safe to ride a bike? I don't know where you're located, but I'm just going to go ahead and say you probably want to wear a helmet if you want to safely ride a bike. So I was going to go to bed because I've had 3 hours sleep and we already did a long live stream, but I'm back. I just, there was a frame here that I didn't like. Initially, I looked at it and was like, eh. I did a couple, meh. There's a couple of mezzos over Lake Huron. And then I saw that frame, that previous one, this one right here. And I was like, nope, this one right here. And I was like, yeah, maybe. Machine learning's at 9%, I think, the last time I checked. Let me double check again. Let me see here. Mainly, I came on here to make sure that folks know, because there's a lot of confusion. So I just want folks to know where the risk is. The risk is for Port Elgin. If you're in Port Elgin, Saugeen Shores, North Bruce, Turners, Dunblane, Burgoyne, I don't know. Anyways, Port Elgin, Burgoyne. If you're in Arkwright, Mount Hope, Southampton, Chippewa Hill, this whole area right here, this is a supercell, a rotating supercell over Lake Huron that is tracking to the east. And it may weaken as it comes onto shore, but it may not. And if it doesn't, I would not want to just not be taking shelter. So I would say, yeah, take shelter if you're in this area. Is it going to head to Owen Sound? I know some folks were asking, and it kind of looks like it's going that way. Looks like it's heading up towards Skipness, Allenford, Parkhead, Jackson, Shallow Lake, maybe Owen Sound. It might miss to the north, but we'll see. There's also another storm over by... there's also this other storm. Let me double check here. There's a couple of decent little cells over here. One in Picton as well. Let me take a look at that from a different radar. Let's see here. There could be some really, really strong winds going through Picton right now. Yeah, this is 111 kilometers an hour. So, yeah, it is under a severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada. And it's looking very strong, actually. Very, very strong right now. If you are in Hallowell, Westlake, Athol, Cove Beach, Cherry Valley, Wooderus, Milford, Port Milford, Black Creek, areas of Prince Edward County, I would be taking shelter immediately with that. That looks actually quite strong. And this radar is actually fairly close. We have a few radars that are further away, but this U.S. radar is actually quite close to that storm. And it's saying that some of the winds are actually quite, oh yeah. Oh boy. Looks way stronger from K-Buff. I'm hoping that's not rotation. It's possible that it's not. But it does look like, it could be rotation, but it does look like more like a downburst potentially. There's also this storm here that went through the Ajax and Oshawa area. Yeah, not too significant, but this particular storm, wow. Going through, it's going to head, yeah, this is super dangerous. If you are in Prince Edward County right now, you need to be taking shelter with that one for sure. 108 kilometers an hour. On radar, and that radar is not that far away. There is some minor rotation. I'm going to make a polygon for this. 1 second here. We'll keep an eye on the tornado warned storm that is just about to move into the Port Elgin area. If you're in the Port Elgin area, taking shelter is a good idea, I would think. I had pizza for dinner. It was nice. Thin crust. That's good. Let's see here. Just for those who are wondering, what did you have for dinner? Let me know. Okay, I'm going to send this Polygon for Prince Edward County because this storm looks disgustingly strong. Picton might want to take shelter as well, too. It looks like it's probably not a bad idea. The main part, the strongest part is to the south, but I would say if Picton wants to take shelter, probably not a bad idea. This whole storm is quite grumpy. Let's see here, I'm going to do something like that. Which way is it going? I think it's going east, southeast. Yeah, right to Cherry Valley. Take shelter now with that one. That's very, very strong. I'm going to say strong damaging winds and minor rotation. Strong damaging winds, yes, and minor rotation have been detected on the storm in Prince Edward County, tracking to the east, southeast towards Cherry Valley. The timing here is 7:26. Yeah, take shelter with that one. 815 people I'm about to notify. Take shelter with that for sure. That thing is nasty. It's going to bring down big trees, likely. If it's interacting with the surface, I don't know if it's elevated, but if it's interacting with the surface, that thing is a beast. And it's going to be a problem for many in that area. Let's go back to the tornado-warned storm. Hopefully it's going to weaken. That's what we're hoping for. It's still looking interesting heading into Port Elgin and Southampton, basically, right now. Potentially up towards Owen Sound. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that a tornado watch was also issued for the Owen Sound area, like this whole area. Yeah, I'm pretty sure a tornado watch was issued. Was it Bruce County, I think? And maybe some of Gray County? So there's that. Someone said lots of trailers in the path of those super damaging winds that are going through Prince Edward County. Yeah, that's not great. Yeah, my initial reaction, it's good that Environment Canada is being proactive here. They're doing the tornado watch, they're doing the on-water tornado warning, and they even did an on-land tornado warning specifically because of this storm heading up into Southampton and Port Elgin. So yeah. So there's that. Hopefully everybody's staying safe there. Southampton, Port Elgin areas, please take shelter. But also, you can see the polygon I just drew. If you are in Cherry Valley, if you're in Port Milford, South Bay, if you're in right now and you're Port Milford or South Bay and you're in it, someone said there's a lot of trailers here. If you're in a trailer right now in South Bay, Port Milford, something like that, I would say get out of the trailer and go to a sturdy shelter because this storm is coming in fast and it looks like it's bringing with it some very, very strong wind gusts. Could be downburst. There is some tornado potential with the storm. 108 kilometers an hour. This is a dangerous storm. Right now, this looks way stronger than what's happening up by Port Elgin, but I'd still be taking shelter in Port Elgin because if that is producing even a small weak tornado, you don't want to deal with that. You want to be in the basement or the lowest level of the house, most interior room. Oh, somebody's getting banned. It's all good. If you got to ban them. Do it. Do it. Yeah. I should have made this polygon a little bit further to the south. Hopefully the storm stays inside of my polygon because it looks like it's traveling. The strongest part of the storm is traveling right towards Cherry Valley right now. If you're here in Cherry Valley, and there's Cherry Valley Cemetery. What else is here? Is there any houses? Obviously there's some streets, so there's got to be some houses. Yeah, if you're in Cherry Valley right now, Cove Beach, take shelter immediately with the storm. Sturdy shelter if you can. It's going to be nasty. Trees are probably going to fall with this one. You don't want to be where trees are falling. It's going to be bad. See, Brit says bathtub. The bathtub is my only concern with saying bathtub for taking shelter is a lot of people have a bathtub on the second floor of a house. You don't want to go upstairs to the bathtub because you heard bathtub is a good place to shelter. If you have a basement, that's where you want to go. If there's a bathtub in an interior bathroom in the basement for some reason, perfect. Go in that bathtub. But if the bathtub is anywhere but the basement, or if you don't have a basement, the lowest level, most interior room happens to be a bathroom, and there's a bathtub in that bathroom, sure, why not? That's fine. But if the idea of you having a basement and going to the second floor of the house because you think bathtubs are safe, get below ground if you can. Below ground is where you want to be. Livy says, I have a bath in the basement. Perfect. If you got a bath in the basement, great. Get in that bathtub all you want. Sure. Hot tub? If you have a hot tub in the basement and it's away from the windows and away from the exterior walls, if it's the most interior room, oh, this is looking really bad. Oh my goodness. Is this a real value? Because this would be bad. See, this is probably a real value. 117 kilometers an hour going through Cove Beach right now. But this is really bad. If this is an actual reading and not noise, 163.8 kilometers an hour. Are you kidding me? This is not good. I'm going to go check on Port Elgin real quick. But please, Prince Edward County, take shelter with that. That looks like the strongest storm we're dealing with right now. Then you have this tiny, tiny little bit of what is now looking like, it's now looking more like minor rotation here. It was looking pretty decent for a few frames. It's still going, and it's a mesocycle, and it's been going for a while. So I would say still take it seriously. Southampton, Port Elgin, please be taking shelter with that. We'll see how it progresses over the next few frames. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. But I keep coming back to this because this storm is ridiculously strong. Oh, there's a new radar. There's already a new frame? Yeah, there's already a new frame. So that's 28. This is 30. Okay, the 160 disappeared. So it may have been noise right here. 163 kilometers an hour. Are you serious? That may have been noise. That probably is noise. But you still have 109 kilometers an hour, 108 kilometers an hour. This is still an extremely dangerous storm going through Cherry Valley in Prince Edward County right now. If you are in Milford, if you are County Road 10, Brummel Road, Bond Road, Maple Lane. Maple Lane? Is this supposed to say Maple Lane? But it's Maple Lane. That's adorable. Murphy Road, Port Milford, South Bay. If you are in Port Milford right now, or Milford, or anywhere in between, Cherry Valley's already got smashed by the storm. I'm really, really hoping the storm is elevated further up off the surface. That would be fantastic. If that's the case, then maybe it's not as dangerous as it looks on radar. But this is NextRad radar. There's not that much inhibition there. There is some supercell. It's possible that this is actually interacting with the surface. And if it is, even if 90 kilometers an hour of wind are coming out of it at the surface, it's still a problem. Yeah, that is a nasty looking storm. Let me check something here. Keeping an eye on Port Elgin as well. Oh, boy. I'm surprised machine learning is actually not that high for this one, which makes me wonder. Makes me wonder if maybe it's elevated. I really hope so. It's 7% chance of damaging winds on this particular cell. But from US radar, and the US radar is so close, it's got to be the closest radar. It's closer than King. It's closer than, it's about equal. No, it's closer. It's closer than Franktown. And it's closer than K-Buff. And K-Buff looks really strong too. K-Buff has values of 111 kilometers an hour. 109. 111.6. Yeah. I don't know what Machine learning, would think machine learning would be higher. Here, look at this. Oh my goodness. This is now Franktown, which is the next closest radar. 99. Yeah, 99 kilometers an hour. Has a downburst kind of look to it. Like a microburst. Yeah, heading more through. The Environment Canada radar says more through Woodrous. Woodrous. I'm on 3 hours sleep. How's it going? Milford, Port Milford, Black Creek. This is all in Prince Edward County. You need to take shelter immediately with that storm. That looks like a really nasty storm. It really kicked up a notch. So we were wondering if things would get more interesting later on today. And it seems that they have. It was a bit questionable, though, because the environment was looking kind of washed out. But the models have been discussing these storms coming late over Lake Huron. We mentioned it on the previous live stream. But everything over there looked pretty dull. But this does not look dull. This is starting to look weaker. This Port Elgin Southampton cell. We'll see what happens. We get another frame in like a minute. So we'll take a look. We'll see what's going down. And then I'm going to go to bed. Because I'm tired. It's been a day. It's been a fun day. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the streaming was... It's always, it's something I'm passionate about, so I don't mind jumping back in. And tomorrow's going to be probably a big day. Saskatchewan looks really big tomorrow. Eastern Ontario and the Niagara region looks potentially strong. There is some risk for southwestern Ontario as well, too. Central Ontario is probably all right for tomorrow. Some storms might start there. We'll see what happens. But we should be getting a new frame pretty soon. Looking weaker from King at this point. Oh, but that pizza was fantastic. Sorry, I did look I was supposed to look in the comments and see what you ate for dinner. Can everybody tell me what they ate for dinner again? I didn't. I missed it. My bad. Jack says, okay, so what is happening? Downpours in Sauble. Yeah, just some heavy rain probably. This does not look as strong as it once did. The rotation is weakening on Southampton and Chippewa Hill. So I don't know if Environment Canada is going to continue the tornado warning or not. I have a feeling that unless they get some big damage reports coming off the shoreline here, I'd still be taking shelter with it because there's still somewhat of a signature there. It's still on the southwest side of this little baby supercell. But yeah, we'll see what's happening with that one. By the way, thanks Brennan for jumping on the stream. I didn't think you were available, so I just jumped on. That's all good, but I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, look how strong this is. This is ridiculous. 115 kilometers an hour, 115.2 kilometers an hour, and this is getting closer to radar. This says 124.2 kilometers an hour. This one past Maple Lane. 127.8 kilometers an hour here. This is really, really strong. I think there is some tornado risk here. Oh, I need an ice pack. My neck is driving me nuts. It looks really strong from King as well, too. Hold on. Yeah, I think this could actually be a pretty strong rotation. Yeah, this could actually be rotation here, which is concerning. I mean, it's got kind of like a hook on it here. It's got a hook. These are very strong inflow values on this side. It could be its alignment versus the radar. Like if we take a look at it here, you can see some rotation here from Franktown. And if you look at it from King right now, it looks pretty nasty. From King right now, it's talking 112 kilometers an hour, 114. Let's see what Tilt 2 is saying. Yeah, there's upper level support for this as well too. This could actually be rotation. I think it may just well be rotation. I said strong damaging winds and minor rotation in my Polygon I sent, but I might want to just switch that to rotation detected. I think I'm going to do that. Oh boy, where else could this go? Put it right to the border here. Something like that. Yeah, it's fine. You can't see what I'm doing, but so I don't know why I'm making comments on it. But yeah, let's do. I did strong damaging winds and rotation detected. Do a little update on this one here. This is tracking through Milford, east through Milford and Port Milford to the east, southeast, and strong damaging winds and rotation have been detected on the storm. It may have the potential to produce a tornado. Yeah, I don't like to look at that. Okay. And that is at 7:42. Okay, I'm gonna send out that notification. A little update from the previous one. I gotta update or get rid of the previous one. Let's see here. Okay, I updated that one. Thanks so much for joining us, by the way, everybody, on the live stream. Appreciate it. I know it's late, or it's getting late-ish. Sorry, my neck's killing me. I need to go to bed. Very soon. Port Milford is getting absolutely rocked right now by very strong winds, and I want to take a look at. Yeah, I may have potential for tornado on this one, but hopefully there's enough inhibition that it's not touching down that way, but could be damaging winds. Onyx says I'm in Port Elgin now. How's Elgin going for you, Onyx? Yeah, I mean, there is still some rotation here. That's about it. I see a little bit of rotation there. I would still be taking shelter if you're in Southampton, up to Ennismore, Allenford, Tara. Cheryl says, do I have a Dr. Ho for the neck? Yeah, I used to have the one that, like, stretched it out. What do they call that? There's a name for it. So, when I was a goalie, my goalie helmet would always, like, put weight on my neck, and it destroyed it. But, what do they call that again? Oh, else snore. Traction? I think it's called traction. Jessica says, thank you for doing these live streams. You're very welcome. Craig says, yeah, but at what level? Upper level rotation? No, there's still some surface. I mean, the lowest level on the radar, even though the radar is quite a distance from the storm. Brit might be the better, actually, radar to watch. And you know what? Yeah. Brit's picking up on it, for sure. It's in a strange spot in the storm with the Brit radar, but... And let's see what King's saying right now. There's 3 radars that kind of hit this at the same time, but there's no radar that's very close to it, so we can't really give an exact, perfect description of what we're seeing here. Kevin says tornado warning now for Port Elgin. Yeah, there's been one there for a while. But kudos to Environment Canada being proactive with that one. Elliot says, what are you using for radar? I'm using Instant Weather Pro. It's something we've developed over the past 3-4 years now. The past 4 years we've built this, and you can check it out at instantweatherpro.com. Let's see here. Oh, Kevin said that was a typo. I meant Owen Sound. Oh, yeah. Have they extended it? Or was Owen Sound already in? Oh, no. Okay, let's see here. Let me just hit refresh. Hit F5. Seeing as that Instant Weather Pro is actually for Owen Sound? Are you sure? Just came through? I think maybe you're getting the tornado warning from the Polygon here. I don't know. Brandon, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see it necessarily here. I'll double check. You know what? The best way to double check, just open up our free app. That'll tell you. I'm going to open up the Instant Weather app. Let's see here. I'm going to type in Owen Sound. By the way, download a free app at instantweatherapp.com. And sorry, Owen Sound is in the tornado warning. Yeah, why isn't it coming up on the... That's weird. I think it's underneath the other Polygon. It's driving me nuts. We have, we need to do Polygon priority, so we can put the most important polygons on top, which would make a lot of sense, as opposed to putting the flood warning right now on top. And I see this, so they extended it to Owen Sound. Let's see here. Yeah, it's still, I mean, it's a baby little supercell, but it's still, even a baby little supercell could produce a little tornado. So, you know, still be taking shelter in the path of that one. All the way to Collingwood is under... Oh, people in Collingwood are saying they got the tornado warning, but it might be because you're close to the actual tornado warning. But you might not be in it. Let me see. I have a feeling you're not in it. Because if Collingwood got it, then Barrie would have got it. Yeah, Collingwood is actually not in the tornado warning. You're just close enough. Like, if you see Collingwood here on the map, you're just close enough to the area that's under the new tornado warning to be able to receive that from a cell phone tower. But Collingwood is not under a tornado warning right now. And this storm's not even going towards Collingwood. It's kind of heading towards Owen Sound. And that's the new one? Yeah. Collingwood just got one. Nope. Collingwood did not get a tornado warning. It's just a slightly broken system where you're close enough to the tornado warning to get the tornado warning on. See how close Collingwood is to the tornado warning? This is a good point, Brennan. Yeah. You're close enough to the tornado warning to get it, because any cell tower inside the tornado warning is going to broadcast it out to any phone that can hit that it can hit. And you're just close enough to a cell phone tower that's inside the tornado warning. But Collingwood is not in the tornado warning. If you ever want to double check this, download our free app. You go to instantweatherapp.com. Download our free app. Like, here's Collingwood. Let me show you. Collingwood. Okay. And if you go here, you can see there is no tornado warning for Collingwood. So a really good thing to do is when you get the tornado warning on your phone, first get to shelter. Secondly, open up the Instant Weather app. Type in, if you have the app, you've already got your location in there. You'll be able to see. But if you don't have the app already, type in your location or, you know. Let's see here. Instant Weather app is saying tornado warning in Clarksburg, Thornbury. Yes. Clarksburg and Thornbury are inside the tornado warning, as you can see on the image beside my head. This way. But Collingwood is not. So Mefford, Thornbury, Owen Sound. The main risk is basically Owen Sound to Mefford at this point in time with this little cell. That's a very tiny, there's a little baby supercell. But don't let it fool you, because there's still some rotation on there. Yeah, there's still something going on with that cell. Anyways, Environment Canada has continued the tornado warning, so we just got to keep an eye on that storm here. Let's see. Yeah, it's this one right here. So if you are in Allenford, Jackson, Owen Sound, Brook, Cruikshank, Kilsyth, those areas, Sarawak, Leith, Gary Owen. But yeah, so right now, let's just take a look at which way the storm is going. So this is the storm of concern. This little one right here. Tara as well. I would be taking shelter in Tara. And so if I go back here and I go forward, you can see which direction here. Let's just hit play. So Owen Sound, I know you just dealt with a pretty damaging storm. This may end up being nothing, but I would still probably be taking shelter. in the path of that one. It could end up being zippity doodah, but I would say the fact that it's been rotating all the way over Lake Huron, all the way still, even now, still rotating as it pushed into shore, I would say it's probably a good idea to take shelter with that one. Yeah. I think so. What about Lion's Head? Let's take a look up in Bruce Peninsula. There are some other storms up here, but I don't think they're anything fancy. Let's see here. I don't know if that's the correct term for these storms, but yeah, I don't think they're anything too concerning from what I saw. Yeah, most of Bruce Peninsula is fine. I mean, you're obviously getting lots of rain, and you might get some lightning. You might get some, maybe some small hail. Probably not. Probably just rain and gusty winds. The main problem is, Patty says TRS warnings and a touchdown in Wisconsin. Michelle says Barrie got the notice on the radio. Are you listening to a radio station that's in Collingwood by any chance? Or near Collingwood? Or a radio station that's in Owen Sound? Did they broadcast it on like Rock 95 or something? Because that would be strange. Teresa says, how's Port Elgin looking? I don't know. You tell me. The storm is basically past you now. Y'all good? Y'all good in Port Elgin?
They probably have to broadcast the warning in Owen Sound onto radio stations in the Barrie area because it's within the broadcast zone.
Yeah, like if you're listening to that station, then you're going to hear it wherever. If that station says tornado warning, you're going to hear it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's not even in the same alert region. Yeah. So let's see here. 101.7. I don't know. What station is that? Is that the dock or something? Minnie says, I'm in Collingwood. My husband got the warning, but I didn't. Yeah, Collingwood is not in the tornado warning, and you're not in the path. So go back to bed, Collingwood. You're probably not in bed already. It's pretty early, but I'm just saying. Mefford, yeah. Thornbury, yeah. I think it's going to miss Collingwood to the north. To the northwest.
There's a weird glitch going on with the tornado warnings where now Environment Canada put the UTC time instead of Eastern time within the description. So it's even more confusing to people. It really is. Like, go look on our page. The first tornado warning at the top literally says UTC time in the description.
That's a weird glitch. Let's go take a look at Prince Edward County really quick here, because that storm was looking super nasty. I hope it's over water now and not affecting people anymore. Let me know if you're in Prince Edward County and you have to deal with that storm. Tia says, clarification, is there still a warning for Owen Sound area? Yeah, Owen Sound, there's still a tornado warning for Owen Sound. Rachel says, why is there a tornado warning in Alliston? There's no tornado warning in Alliston. Did you get it on the radio? You might be listening to a radio station from, somewhere where the actual tornado warning is. But yeah, there's no tornado warning in Collingwood. You got it on your phones. You heard it on the radio. You saw it on TV. It is not for you. It is for Owen Sound. However, it's going to come pretty close. Bonnie says the warning came over CTV Barrie. Oh, boy.
That would make sense. It's within the broadcast zone.
Fair enough. The thing that makes me want to rip my eyeballs out, though, is that if they don't actually say where it is, so that, can you just imagine just people like getting in their basement in Barrie for a storm that's near Owen Sound? Just got a tornado warning here.
I don't think polygons will necessarily help a lot because
it's not going to help the TV stuff. No, the TV and radio stuff is still going to be a mess. I really hope they can figure out how to solve that, because it's just if it saves one life, then it's worth it. But I mean, it's to have people taking shelter for something that's 200 kilometers from where they are is ridiculous. There's got to be a better way. Yeah. Anybody in Prince Edward County? Did anybody just deal with that storm? Let us know what you experienced. Hopefully you're okay. Oh. Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate that. Oh boy. Yeah, so Owen Sound is still in a tornado warning. For some reason, I don't know what's going on. The flood warning is taking over the tornado warning. We're working on a
I've
priority.
noticed that with like layering, sometimes the warnings will layer properly, sometimes they won't.
Yeah. We need to... So you can see it's on top, because you can see the green right on top of here. But the tornado warning itself is thicker, so wouldn't you see it here? Maybe there's a bug with that UTC time or something like that. But it did post to our pages, no problem. So I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I'll have to look into that one. Could be because of the Environment Canada bug, that there's a parsing bug on our end. We'll see. Marsh says, Canada's so far behind the States on forecasting. You must be new here. If you mean Canada as a whole, then maybe. But we're super proactive. So we try our best to get the word out well in advance. Brennan, do you have your forecast map from today to show? Nicole says, how can I find the free app on the weather that you guys advertise? Can you send me the word properly so I can look it up? Yeah, if you go to the App Store or you go to the Google Play Store and you type instant weather, 2 separate words, instant weather, you'll see a white and blue IW. And there's Brendan's map right there. So you can see we have Kincardine. We've got Owen Sound. We've got Hanover, Collingwood, Orangeville, Kitchener, Woodstock-ish, maybe a little bit north of Woodstock, down to about Guelph and the GTA over to Oshawa, all in the yellow slight risk for severe weather today. Green areas in a level 1 marginal risk. But the main risk we were considering was going to be in the yellow area today, and that pretty much panned out, I think. Matt says, time for Owen Sound. That's a good question. Let's take a look at Brit. I don't even know which storm it is anymore. Oh, the storm in question is... There's some pretty strong winds in that. 83, 80... I saw something else here. 83, 83. Yeah, there's some really, really strong winds on that storm. Hopefully, rotation has weakened sufficiently. There is some noise in here that, worries me that maybe it is still rotating. Tilt 2 is pretty boring. Tilt 3 is even more boring. Tilt 4 is garbage. I'd still just be on alert with that storm as it tracks to the northeast. It's going to go through Owen Sound pretty soon, I would think, if it hasn't already started. Getting dark now in Owen Sound, says Mitch. Yeah, looks like it's heading that way. Jim Hockley says, I watch you guys all the time, and you guys are spot on, very accurate. People need to educate themselves a little bit. Margot says 25,000 people. Wow. 25,000 people. Where? Liz says, is Grand Bend at risk for more tornado warnings? The tornado warning is for the water, and it was not for anywhere near you. It was up near Port Elgin. It has nothing to do with Grand Bend. I'll go take a look, but I think you're all right. Jeff says, in the paid version of your iPhone app, do you have the Doppler velocity overlay? I don't see it in your free version. No, it's you have to go to instantweatherpro.com. What we're using here is Instant Weather Pro. You can subscribe to it at instantweatherpro.com. It's like $99 for the year, which is equivalent to about $825 a month. And it's a pro radar suite that we built for the Northern Tornadoes Project out of Western University, and as well for our team to be able to track severe weather on our live stream and across Canada. And basically something very important that I've mentioned a few times is the fact that it loads Environment Canada radar data about a minute or two before other pro radar apps. And even a minute itself is a lifetime. When you're like waiting for the next frame of radar to see where that storm's going, to see if it's intensified, to see what the next velocity readings are on it. an extra minute to wait, an extra minute and a half in many cases to wait for that next frame is quite a while. But we're a Canadian-built app made for Canadians to be able to see Environment Canada alert data. And also we have stuff like this, like our Polygon. Like I created this Polygon, strong damaging winds and rotation detected. And not only will you get notified of that through our free app, but if you want to actually see the polygons on the map, you can get Instant Weather Pro. And so if you're interested in that, head over to instantweatherpro.com. Aaron says, was just watching Max Velocity and one of his storm chasers drove through the tornado at approximately 7-11. What state was that in? Did somebody say Wisconsin? Somebody say? Sarah says, look up Instant Weather Ontario to get your specific updates. Yeah, or just download our free app. If you want to look for your exact locations, download our free app. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. I'll put up the little banner here, instantweatherapp.com. So we have our Instant Weather Pro. Again, $99 for the year. If you can't afford that, it's all good. We have a free app that's very awesome called Instant Weather. It is free. It's powered by ads, mainly powered by those who subscribe to upgrade the radar inside of the Instant Weather app, to extend the future radar 5 hours and to remove ads. Huge thank you to those who have done that. I think that's like $14.99 for the year. Or there's a few even cheaper options, like $7 for the year for the 30-minute intervals. Anyways, huge thank you to those who have subscribed to our regular Instant Weather app. And then now we've been building Instant Weather Pro, which here, I'll show you actually what it looks like. It actually looks like this. This is the actual Instant Weather Pro. I just zoom it in for the live stream, but it's a website, which is super, super useful. The reason why it's useful as a website is because you can actually load more than one radar. So if you have multiple monitors, or even if you do 2 on the same monitor, you can load more than one radar at a time, which every other Pro Radar app out there, you have to switch from one radar to the next. You can only have one radar because it's a program. Whereas this is just a website. So you can have, a Chrome tab here, a Google Chrome tab here, one over there, one over here. If you get a Vision Pro, you can have like a wall of them if you want, depending on how the memory management is on those devices. But as long as your computer can handle it, you can have as many radars as you'd like. I'm not seeing any low-level rotation from King. I'm not seeing any low-level rotation from... maybe a little tiny bit. There's a little tiny bit from Brit. A little bit from Brit. And Brit is actually probably the closest radar. No, it's...
Adam, you want to switch back your radar so it's zoomed in more?
Oh, sure. Sorry. That's a good point. You scared me for a sec. I thought you were going to say, like, we're like looking at the forecast map this whole time while I'm talking. That always happens. It's like, Adam, you forgot to turn off your overlay or something. And I'm like, oh, man. Yeah, so I think this storm is now out over the water, the one that was over Prince Edward County. So I'm going to get rid of that polygon now. I hope everybody's okay there, because that storm looked really nasty for quite a bit as it tracked over Prince Edward County. It did not look nice, but I'm hoping it was elevated. Is this going to affect... This is going to affect them too? Really strong winds on the backside of this storm now. 91 kilometers an hour, 99. Heading towards Salmon Point right now. Another storm showing some strong values on KTYX, which is probably the closest radar right here. Although we do have Buffalo. Let's see what Buffalo's saying. And maybe Franktown's pretty close. It's kind of in between all these different radars. So it's tricky to get a great reading on it here. It's tricky to be super accurate with this because the scan from the radar is so high up in the air. But Franktown's getting that same signature too on that storm, getting a 99 kilometer an hour. So let's keep KTYX open on that one. Just keep an eye on that storm right now. But yeah, the one up by Owen Sound. How's everybody in Owen Sound doing? Let us know in the comments. Is it just some rain? Tetraphy says, the Pro app, you have quite a few settings on top of velocity and reflectivity. Yeah, so we've got a correlation coefficient, which means you can see sometimes debris signature. That's a great way to, it's called a TDS, a tornado debris signature. We also have interesting photos. We also have differential reflectivity. We've got, which is helpful for a few different reasons, mainly precipitation type. But yeah, we have also Emily says I am the instant weather. Yeah, and then we have a whole bunch of settings. We've got noise cancellation for Canadian radars. We've got alert polygons for Canada and for the US. We've got a whole bunch of great features coming. You have historical data. We're the only public source of historical Canadian radar data that goes back to 2021. Spring of 2021, we started ingesting Canadian radar data, and we've saved all of it. You should see our Amazon bills. They're ridiculous. We've saved all of the radar data. So we've got data all the way back to 2021. Every other Pro Radar app out there gives you at the most 30 days of historical Canadian data. Anyways, yeah. So I like it. I think Instant Weather Pro is great, but I'm a bit biased. Owen Sound, darker on west side of town, but no rain or wind yet. So far, just rain in Owen Sound. West end of Owen Sound just started pouring. How's the wind? Trees down in my yard. She who sees. Where are you located, she who sees? Are you in Owen Sound? Monica says, how long before a tornado touches down do you know what's going to happen? We start to see signs of it sometimes a week out. Signs of an environment building up, a severe weather environment. And then, like 3 days out, it's like, okay, this is looking like it could happen. We're starting to see agreement within the models. 2 days out, we're like, oh, the models are still looking pretty strong. A day out, we're like, okay, there's still agreement. Put in on a forecast either the night before or the morning of for severe weather and a risk of a tornado developing. And then it's like, okay, we think the storms are coming this afternoon. So we go live and we watch radar closely, and then a storm pops up where it was expected to, goes into a strong environment. You start to see rotation, and we track it in real time. And then, so it's, we start to see signs at about a week out, 5 days out ish, but those can go away really quickly. Like you can have it 5 days out, and then, a day later it's gone. So that's why we don't mention it 5 days out, but we're watching around those times. And then, yeah, as the closer and closer and closer you get to the event, the more confidence builds and something could happen. And then we put out a forecast, and then we track the storms, and zippity doo-dah, here we are. Somebody said, what was on YouTube? What was her name again? She screams in silence. Dun 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 dun. Critical says, where's your office out of? I mean, I'm just in the basement in Barrie. Brennan's in Toronto. Lana's in Kawartha Lakes. They're all over the place. We have a big team, and they're all over the place. Everybody works from home. It's a lot easier that way. She who sees says, trees down in my yard. Did she comment again about where? It'd be really nice if you send us a comment like this. It would be fantastic if you let us know where. She who sees. Where. She who sees where you are. Barrie crew rise up, says Baker. What's up? And the B dot tornado warning ended, says Krista. I need to open more tabs.
It was ended for the Kincardine and Bruce Peninsula area, but it continues for Owen Sound.
Aha. Thank you, Brennan, for clarifying. Are you living like a to Karen says continues as a watch, just not a warning. Yeah, so there's probably still a tornado watch in place for several areas. I do need to get rid of that Polygon for Prince Edward County. Oh yeah, but there was that other storm we wanted to watch. The other one moving in from the west. Hold on, let me double check on that. It's being sneaky. Got some strong backside winds, but maybe they've weakened. Yeah, they have weakened. Okay, I'm getting rid of that Polygon. of the strong and damaging winds in rotation detected. Okay. We're going to go back and take a look at...
Now they've issued a tornado watch on water for Georgian Bay, so people in like Barrie Sound, Midland, Collingwood would likely get it on their route. But
Yeah.
that's over water.
Yeah, they're mainly just talking about this one cell. Machine learning on this cell we're talking about, that's near Owen Sound. Machine learning says 1% chance of a tornado. It's not 0. Jack says, well, I'll be looking up and listening to She by Green Day after I hop off here. Listen to that whole album. Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. That first Green Day album was amazing. Sit around and watch the tube, but no one. Call me pathetic, call me what you will. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. So there's that. The storm that is over Owen Sound was the one we've been watching. Not seeing too much with it. Very, very small chance at this point. There is a little interesting signature with it, though, from Brit, but that's on the wrong side of the storm. There is a very small chance that this could put something down. It could. So I would still take shelter in its path. All the way up to Balaclava, and then it's going to head over Georgian Bay, so we'll see what it does after that point. Tornado watch for Midland, says Brenda. Interesting. Hope everybody's staying safe. Let me just take a look at something in the background here. Most of these storms have weakened considerably. Yeah. I think that's pretty much the show, other than this storm about to head through parts of Prince Edward County. Might be bringing in some hail and some gusty winds. Still severe thunderstorm warning for Prince Edward County. Still that storm over the Owen Sound area still has a very, very small chance of producing something. Well, folks, we're going to watch it for a little bit longer until it heads out over Georgian Bay, and they'll probably shut down the stream, I think. We just wanted to come back on quickly to just make sure there was some clarification, because it was quite confusing for a lot of folks where the tornado warning over water went all the way down to Sarnia. Sarnia had 0 chance of seeing anything severe. 0. From this storm. Excuse me. Yeah. Basically 0. But yeah, Owen Sound still, if we go from Brit, which is probably the closest radar at this point in time, there's still some strong signatures in here, and you know, I'm hoping this is noise, but all of a sudden you have 154 kilometers an hour in here, 130, 150, and then you have this noise over here as well too. This looks like noise, but again, stranger things have happened. So yeah, if you're in the Owen Sound area, I'd still be taking shelter with that one. I know I'm maybe downplaying this storm a little bit and saying there's a little bit of a chance, but there is a chance. Still tornado warned. I'd still be taking that seriously. Jordan says near Balaclava, east of Owen Sound. Very, very still, kind of creepy. Ashley says, is it okay to drive from Owen Sound to Barrie? I would, I'd wait a little bit. I'd wait for the storm to leave your area first. Let the storm go away, then you're probably fine. Might be a bit wet. Gonna be some pretty heavy downpours. Hydro out in King Carden, this is Candace. That's interesting. Brendan, you want to take a look into Hydro 1 and see what's going on here? Power out in Point Clark. Really? Lady Esri said, did you have a nap? No, I just went and ate some pizza, and then I was like, I guess I gotta go stream again. Whoa, Caleb says multiple shingles have been ripped off my roof and trees down in my backyard just west outside of Jackson. I think this thing might be on the ground. Owen Sound needs to be taking shelter for sure with this one. I think it's on the ground. With a report like that, Caleb, hopefully everybody's okay. Multiple shingles have been ripped off my roof and trees down in my backyard, just west outside of Jackson. Yeah, I think machine learning is a little bit off here. I think there's more than a 1% chance. I'd say that it's very possible that this is on the ground with that kind of report. Tina's saying Sarnia keeps getting local alert. Sarnia is fine. Sarnia needs to go to bed. You're okay. Don't worry about it. Sarnia is good to go. Getting dark here in Owen Sound. I'm concerned that this is actually on the ground still. Jackson, trees down, shingles ripped off roof. There's some really strong values here still from Britt. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say you should be taking shelter in Owen Sound with this one. Oh, my goodness. I hope you're okay. Caleb, hope you're all right. Emily says, does that mean it's not noise? Yeah, that might mean it's not noise. That might mean it's a tornado on the ground. As we said, there's a chance that this is actually occurring. That's why we went live, because it looked pretty decent. That's not good. Owen Sound needs to be taking shelter with this, for sure. Is that a debris ball? No. We'd be able to see it maybe on correlation coefficient. Let's go take a look. But I have a feeling it's pretty messy. It's also really far from the radar. Let's see. Let me switch this over to reflectivity so I know exactly where the storm is. That might be a debris signature. It's in an empty spot. I don't know. It's hard to say. Hard to see debris signatures on Canadian radar. They're a lot more clear on U.S. radar. Which I don't like the look of. I don't like the look of that, and I don't like that report. So I'm gonna say Owen Sound. You should be in the basement, sure. Pamela says pouring hard east side of Owen Sound now. What if we live in apartments, says Emily? Getting your most interior room as far away from the outside windows as possible. It's probably the best place to be. If there's I don't know if there's a closet or an interior bathroom. If you have an interior bathroom that has no windows to the outside, and it's not close to the main window, if it's not close to the outside of the apartment, it's closer to the inside, that's probably a pretty good idea. Emily Rose says Christian Island tornado warning. Word on Mefford, says Spenny. Yeah, I mean, it's heading that way. It's going this way. I don't know if it's going to hit Mefford proper. It might. Yeah, because remember I was saying hopefully that's noise. I mean, You can see right here, 91 kilometers an hour, 93 near Jackson. And then we have this, which could be noise, but maybe not. 154 kilometers an hour. Yeah, this could be a tornado on the ground. Collingwood tornado warning, says Alicia. And that's probably a legit tornado warning for Collingwood now. Because the other one was not. The other one was not legitimate. Let me see here. I'll go check. You know what the best way to check is? Just download our free app. Collingwood, let me see here. No, Collingwood's still not under a tornado warning. You're just getting the tornado warning from you're getting dinged from a cell phone tower that's inside of the tornado warning. So if you go to our free app, Instant Weather, I'm just going to reload it just to make sure, but I'm pretty darn sure. Owen Sound, tornado warning. Collingwood, no tornado warning. There's a tornado watch for Georgian Bay that covers Collingwood, but Collingwood is not under a tornado warning, to clarify. F Family says, your app is the one who just gave me the new tornado warning. Can you clarify where that was? What location? Yeah, hopefully everybody in Jackson is okay. Sorry, watch. Okay, yeah. Yeah. We send out the marine watches. If they say tornado warning and you're close to it, we send that out.
There is a tornado warning that just went out. I believe it's over water.
Was it for Georgian Bay?
So, yes. Yep, there it is on the screen.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Everyone in Collingwood is going to get the alert ready, probably. Of course.
They already did. Yeah, they already did. Everyone in Midland will get it. Everyone in Barrie Sound is going to get it. Everyone in Lion's Head is going to get it. Owen Sound again, of course. Yeah, I don't like that report that I'm hearing from Jackson, so I think this could be on the ground. Brenda says tornado warning for Midland. I think it's just for Georgian Bay. I don't think it's for Midland proper. If it was for Midland, then Barrie would get a tornado warning and I would get it on my phone. And I don't have that yet. Yeah, it's the tornado warning for Barrie Sound's got a warning. Yeah, it's a tornado warning for Georgian Bay. If you notice on our app, it says tornado warning, and then in brackets it says on water. Because it's not actually for land.
The problem is that people are getting it for alert ready. It doesn't even have a description or anything. It doesn't even say where it's for.
Yeah, that drives me nuts.
For some reason, the marine warnings don't have that.
Can they just please say where they're for? Please. Make life a lot easier. Oh, here we go. Susan says, Prince Edward County, thunder rolling in again and rain starting, not a downpour as yet like earlier. Susan, where are you located exactly? Because that storm earlier in Prince Edward County looked really strong. Jessica says, Midland is just on water. Yeah. So if you go now, if I go to Collingwood, now that that's been issued, yeah, there we go. See, as soon as it's issued, you can see tornado warning on water for Collingwood over Georgian Bay. Not for Collingwood proper, for Georgian Bay. You just happen to be close to Georgian Bay. Yeah, I don't like the look that, I don't like the fact that we had a report of trees down and shingles ripped off. That sounds like a tornado. And, yeah, Mrs. Reese says, yeah, why having the app is useful. Alicia says, thank you, very welcome. Faye says, Bloomfield is really thundering now. Jordan says, and still no wind. Jordan, where are you again? MD Gibson says, last Thursday I had trees down and shingles ripped off, but apparently no touchdown of a tornado in Keswick. You know what? Microburst can do that as well. It's very possible microburst. Brenda says Midland is warned. Oh, hold on, that's an old one. Midland is warned now. But Midland's just on water. It's just an on water tornado warning. Let's see. If I type in Midland, yeah, it's just on water. It's not for Midland proper. It's just tornado warning on water. which means it's a tornado warning for Georgian Bay. It is not a tornado warning for Midland. Midland gets the tornado warning because you're close to Georgian Bay, but it's not a tornado warning for Midland proper yet. Jane says, what is the name of the app? The app is called... One second here. It's called Instant Weather, and you can get it at instantweatherapp.com. Or just go to the App Store and type Instant Weather. Lori says, Instant Weather warning says tornado on water, but the Environment Canada warning doesn't say on water. I know. It's brutal. We specifically went out of our way to add on water so people know it's a marine alert. I don't know why Environment Canada didn't put over Georgian Bay. I mean, it should be in the details that it says something about Georgian Bay. Here, I'll read it. I got it right here. It says, Environment Canada meteorologists are tracking a severe thunderstorm that is possibly producing a tornado. Damaging winds, large hail, and locally intense rainfall are also possible. As of 8:20 p.m., a thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado is located just southwest of Colpoys Bay, moving northeast at 20 knots. When they refer to it in knots, that means on water. They only refer to it in knots when it's on water. Every other time they refer to it as kilometers per hour. Yeah, it is on water. I know it doesn't say that. And then Lori says, that's why I trust instant weather warnings over Environment Canada. Just to clarify, and I put this in the recent survey we posted as well too, Environment Canada is the only source that can issue tornado warnings. They issue warnings, watches, statements, and advisories. Instant weather, we do not issue warnings, watches, statements, or advisories. All we do is take Environment Canada's warnings, watches, statements, and advisories, and we send them out verbatim. There was some tiny tweaks we've done, like putting on water so you know it's a marine alert and not a regular, like on land tornado warning. We've done stuff like that.
Honestly, in this case, it's not really Environment Canada's fault. They've been really good with issuing all the warnings and being proactive with this storm. It's more Alert Ready is just horrible, and it's not well designed to distribute these alerts.
Yeah, I know, but I think she's referring to actually the Environment Canada app. Doesn't say that, but also, yeah, the problem is if you get the alert from Alert Ready, which is from the cell phone towers, where it sounds like an Amber Alert. The problem is that this doesn't even say the description. It doesn't even say where it's for. People just assume it's for their house, even though they live in Sarnia, and the storm that's potentially being produced in a tornado went through Port Elgin. That's very far away, very, very far away. Oh boy. Anyways. So yeah, I still don't like the fact that we did have those reports of damage in the Jackson area. So it's possible this is producing a tornado. It might have been a little microburst, especially with these really strong values on this particular frame over the Jackson area. This could have been microburst potentially. Could have been a small tornado. It's hard to say, but nonetheless, you don't want to be around when trees are falling. You want to be in the basement for that. Britt says radar for Owen Sound. Yeah, I'm taking a look at it right now. Sorry, clicking so many comments. They're going so fast. Looks like it's almost out over the water. It's right near. It's actually, you know what? It's still somehow in Owen Sound. These storms are moving pretty slow. How long is this? I mean, it's been over Owen Sound. Mainly a flooding risk probably for a lot of folks. It's been over Owen Sound for like a half an hour. It just doesn't seem to be wanting to go to the northeast. It's taking its sweet time to get to Balaclava and Georgian Beach and maybe the Mefford area. But it's got that kind of flying V look to it. We have had some damage reports, so take that storm seriously, folks. Greg says, I think the Weather Network's broad storm warning to include everybody. The Weather Network doesn't issue tornado warnings or severe thunder or warnings at all. They only share what Environment Canada issues. There seems to be a blur Sometimes I think there's some people that think that the Weather Network is Environment Canada. They're two separate things. Weather Network is a company owned by Palmerax, media company. And then you have Environment Canada, which is the government agency that issues tornado warnings and all warnings, watches, advisories, and statements. Those are two separate things. Nick says, "Why are there two Meffords? The place is so nice they named it twice." No, I have no idea why there's two Meffords here. Why? Because maybe like it's up the hill. Maybe, I don't know. Because this is Oxmead over here. Maybe this is. Oh, there's three. We got three Meffords. We're looking for four. Looking for four
I think
Meffords.
we found that issue before with different towns in our mapping system.
Yeah, we're using multiple
Like
city
the
databases, and
duplicates.
some of them are a little. Some of them. There's three Meffords magically. Do you live in Mefford A? Oh, there's four Meffords. I knew it. We were looking for four. Watch this. We got four Meffords. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's right. Let's zoom in and see if we can get more. We got 5 Meffords. We're looking for 5. Nope. No, we only have 4 Meffords. Which Mefford do you live in? Mefford 1, 2, 3, or 4? Oh, Peter says Mefford is also a township. Aha. That's probably why. See, township of, here we go. Yeah, everybody's clarifying. Township of Mefford covers that area, so also probably why. Oh. Yeah, Barrie's fine. Barrie's good. Chris says, do I hear 5? Mefford, 5. Going once, going twice. 4 Meffords is what we ended up with. Why so many Meffords? A township and a town. Both a township and a town. It'd be nice if it said Mefford Township. Is it going to hit Angus? No. Brian says, apparently Mefford is a big deal. It is. It's a big deal. If you're somewhere in between Thornbury and Owen Sound, then it's a big deal. Tom says, but is there trees down in Mefford? I don't know. But there was trees down reported in Jackson, which was just down here, just southwest of Owen Sound on that same storm. So we have had damage reports. Shingles, ripped off roof, trees down from that same storm. So I don't know if it was a little microburst or if it is a little tornado. But either way, don't hang outside to find out. Probably take shelter with that one. I would think it's probably a good idea. Just going to go ahead and say that. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say when a storm is throwing trees around and ripping shingles off, it's probably a good idea to take shelter. Just saying. Okay. Britt says, barely even raining, Owen Sound now, skies clearing. Perfect. Yeah, it's starting to move out to the northeast. So we should get we just got a radar update. And still, if there is rotation here, it's very, very weak. But we did have some pretty strong signals there before, and we could have maybe had a little microburst based on the damage that we've heard of. Jess says, Mefford. Nicholas says, 4 Mefford sold. Why are we selling Mefford on our live stream? Tina says the warning for Sarnia was a city alert. I know they actually put it on. Brendan, didn't you say they put it on there? Like or was it the Sarnia police?
The Sarnia police tweeted out, and they never even clarified.
They tweeted
it out. Like in the replies, like quoting our tweet, and we're like,
yeah, Liam was in the reply saying, no, the tornado warning's not for Sarnia. That's an on-water tornado warning that covers all of Lake Huron, like most of Lake Huron, and the tornado warning is only for Port Elgin. And I don't know if they clarified it or not. So that's a shame. I bet you there's folks in Sarnia that took shelter. Literally zero chance of anything happening to them. They're like in their basement wondering what's going on. Chris with the super chat, Mefford Fund. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. We're trying to save up to purchase the township of Mefford. But first, I think we're probably going to, before we do that, I think we're probably going to buy Squirrel Depot. We don't have the funds to do either of those things, but the $2 super chat, we're on our way there. We're $2 closer. Appreciate that. Brian says, raining in the town of Mefford. Folks are asking about Midland, Wasaga Beach, whole bunch of places. I think you're probably all right now. And maybe moving forward. It's frustrating when a storm is in between all these different radars. It's difficult to see it. But that storm is about to head into the Mefford area and Balaclava and then out over Georgian Bay. Is it going to strengthen over Georgian Bay? I don't know. I'm doubtful. Pretty doubtful. Still is some supercell in the environment. It kind of dies off right about Georgian Bay, though. And let's go see here. Is there any VTP? There was still a VTP of 1 over that storm. So that could have still been. For those wondering what a VTP is, it's a violent tornado parameter. That still could have been a little tornado that went through Jackson there. Josh says, how many miles does Mefford have on it? Well, it'd be kilometers here in Canada, but it's got a few. It's got a few kilometers on it. It's just a little bit of baggage there, but I think I think we could do good things with it. Doesn't it have that? I swear I went to a place in Mefford. I remember one time being in Mefford up on the mountain, going way up the hill in my Corolla. It was like a foot of snow. It was so dangerous. If I didn't have the momentum, I would have not have gotten up that hill. If I didn't have big time momentum, like everybody driving by me was like a giant truck. And yeah, if I didn't have the momentum, I would have not made it up that Mefford hill. Brenda says, check Blair's comments. Okay, one sec. Blair's comments. Blair, where are you? Blair, there's debris. Blair says, there's debris all over my front lawn and multiple trees ripped out of the ground on my street in southwest of Balaclava. Do you notice, Brennan, do you notice a trend here? What? I hope these are real reports, because so far the 2 reports I've seen were very similar. And they both are they're both from YouTube accounts that have no profile image.
Maybe don't be giving people ideas.
I'm not trying to give people ideas. I'm saying, I don't know. Are these actual legit reports? Is anybody else from these areas having this damage? Most people in Owen Sound said it was just some rain. The person in Jackson said trees ripped shingles off. It's very possible this is real, but it could be also possible we're getting trolled. So, I don't know. Multiple trees ripped out of the ground on my street, southwest of Balaclava. Blair, can you post some photos to Ontario Storm Reports if it's safe to do so, please? That's not the only time Blair wrote that. Blair wrote it at 8:36, then pasted it exactly at 8:37. Maybe because I missed it. Jess says, yeah, it's sus. It's a little sus. Balaclava is fine, says Maggie. I think we're getting trolled, but... yeah, I think we're getting trolled. Ripped out of the ground is a little much, yeah. Balaclava is fine. Nick says Balaclava has roads, not streets. I mean... yeah, picture or it didn't happen. If you could go ahead, for those 2 people that reported all this damage in Jackson and all this damage in Mefford, can you please go to... Jody says, or Lisa says, Balaclava doesn't really have any streets. It has 4 corners. Jody says, Owen Sound got a little dark with some rain, but no wind. And somehow 2 seconds later, trees are being ripped out of the ground in Balaclava. I think we'd be getting trolled. I mean, maybe. High winds in Mefford now, says Leanne. Okay, all right. Something. Somebody said Barrie tornado warning. I don't think so. Karen says Tobermory's strong winds of over 90 kilometers an hour showing events with the pro. Is it noise? I've been saying right on that side of the water. Yeah, it's probably noise. Yeah, I wonder if we're getting trolled. That's very possible. Heavy rain, no wind in Mefford, says Alexander. Jade says, yeah, Barrie tornado warning. Oh boy. Some people in Barrie getting tornado warning? Really? Really? I wonder if it's because you're close enough to Georgian Bay, but I don't think so. Yeah, if you could, for those who had those supposed damage reports of all those trees ripped out of the ground, if you could send us some photos at help@instantweather.ca, I'd appreciate it. And if you're trolling me, then I don't know, you need to find something better to do with your time. Brennan, everybody's saying they're getting tornado warning in Barrie. I don't see squat. Let's check our app.
There's no active tornado warning, but they could be getting the one from Georgian Bay.
Yeah, but that's
especially
pretty
if
far.
they're getting it on TV.
Oh, maybe they get it on TV.
Or radio.
Yeah, there's no tornado warning in Barrie. Look at our free app. Instant Weather app. There's no tornado warning in Barrie. There's only a rainfall warning, a severe thunderstorm watch, and our forecast. That's it. That is it. That is all. No tornado warning in Barrie. So if you're receiving it in Barrie, Tim says, why no warning from you guys? Where? For Barrie? There is no warning. That's why. I got it on my phone. Are you in Northwest Barrie, maybe? Because if you look at the map here, you can see there is a tornado warning for Georgian Bay. So what happens often is that there's a cell phone tower inside of the tornado warning, and it just broadcasts out in all directions, right? And so if you're in Northwest Barrie and you pick up a little bit of that signal from that broadcast tower, then you could get a tornado warning in Barrie. But there is no tornado warning in Barrie right now. Travis said, heard a tornado touchdown at base Borden 4 hours ago. Yeah, we were watching that as it happened. It was pretty wild. It may have touched down, it may not. It's hard to say for sure. Stephanie says, I'm in Northwest Barrie and did not receive a tornado warning. Arius says, what is actually going on? It's called a very, very complicated alert system that sends tornado warnings out to people that are not even in tornado warnings. That's the problem with that one. Yeah, even on Environment Canada's app, there is no tornado warning for Barrie. Sorry, folks. The system is broken. Welcome to 2024. It's the future. Yet, unfortunately, you receive tornado warnings that aren't actually for your area. Southwest Barrie received a tornado warning on cell a few minutes ago. Go look at our Instant Weather app. Go look at the Environment Canada app. Go look at the Environment Canada website. There's no tornado warning for Barrie. It is what we call a broken system, folks. We're here to just clarify. Our entire existence is to come on here and be like, nope, sorry, Barrie. There's no tornado warning for Barrie. There's no risk for tornadoes in Barrie right now. You're good, Barrie. Go to bed, Barrie. I want to go to bed. I've had 3 hours sleep. That's my fault. It's nobody else's fault. I'm just going to fall asleep on this microphone if that's okay. Is that okay? Sorry. Just so I don't go bananas in my brain here, I'm going to go on Environment Canada's website just for fun. I'm going to click on Barrie. And it says rainfall warning. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Ontario, Barrie. Rainfall warning, severe thunderstorm watch. All right, I've done my due diligence. Nope. There is no tornado warning for Barrie. Just want to put that out there right now. Alex says, I also got a tornado warning in Barrie from Environment Canada. Did you get it from their app, or did you get it from like the Alert Ready system that sounds like a...
Someone
like
DM'd
Amber
us
Alert?
a screenshot of the Amber Alert thing, and it is the emergency alert. It literally says Environment Canada tornado. Take immediate cover in a basement or interior room if weather threat approaches. Shelter from flying debris. That's all it says. Doesn't even say a location. I shared it in the group chat.
Do you want to take that image and upload it to StreamYard and put it on the screen? Let's look at it. I like how people say this. Got the tornado. Somebody tweeted, got the tornado Amber Alert in Wasaga Beach. It's because we know the Alert Ready sound as the Amber Alert sound, and then occasionally we get a tornado warning. So that's how we describe it. That's a great way to describe it, though. Did you get the Amber Alert tornado warning, or did you get the actual... Did you get the from an app? I have the Hawk says the tornado is abducting children. I hope not. I hope not. Let's see here. Shelby says Adam literally facepalm. That's how bad this alert was. It's the system itself. Environment Canada is being proactive. They're getting alerts out on this one. You know, like Brendan said, they're actually doing a pretty good job tonight. I think so, but it's not their fault. It's the system itself. Blame the system. Annika says, Adam Skinner, I sent it to you in a DM. Thank you. I don't even have our team chat open. I probably should. I'm a mess tonight. It's been a messy night. Okay, Annika sent it to me. I see it. Yeah, it just says take cover. That's great. That's fantastic. Now there's for sure people in Barrie getting into their basement. Tornado warning just ended for Owen Sound.
Here, I brought it up on the screen.
For all that is good in this world, please, Palmerex, put the location on there. If it said Georgian Bay, people would be like, oh, okay, Georgian Bay. It says nothing. It just says go to your basement with no location details. There's no tornado warning for Barrie. What is happening, people? Welcome to... Okay, please just get that off the screen, please. Welcome to Instant Weather. We've been providing clarity to inaccurate situations since 2023. I hope you're enjoying your stay here over at Instant Weather. We try to get some clarifications going on. If this storm is producing a tornado, it actually has a little hook echo on it, surprisingly. There's a little hook on that storm. I still have a feeling those two reports from YouTube with the default, they look sketchy. The first one I was like, whatever.
Also mention, I believe the tornado warning for all of the areas have ended now,
including Georgian Bay. Oh, Georgian Bay just vanished right on Instant Weather Pro here. All tornado warnings are done. Oh boy, Brennan, it might be time for the song. Actually, you know what? I'll play the darn song. I'm going to mess it up, but I'll play it. I've practiced it enough. I'm going to play it. Okay, is everybody... I wrote a song, by the way, everyone. I wrote a song to help people with storm anxiety. I don't even have a name for this song yet. It is a nameless song, but let me know if you'd like... It says there's 12,000 people in live stream right now. That's probably inflated by the Twitter, the Twitter numbers, but Yeah. Anyways, if you'd like me to sing a song to put you to bed here, let me know. I wrote a song. I'll tune my guitar and we'll play a little song here. Maybe I shouldn't because I'm a mess. I'm on 3 hours of sleep. I'm going to sing this song. Nicole says sing. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'm working on it here. I got a lot of steps. It's going to take me a while. So if you've got a little bit of patience, I know it's like 9 o'clock. Do it up, says Jackie. Angela says yes, sing please. All right. Brandon's got the song loaded up, but it's not as good. I mean, it's okay, but it's better if I actually do it. All right. I'm going to sing you a song I wrote. It has no names. Can somebody figure out a name for it? If you want to like ask ChatGPT or something, like somebody find a name for this song. Yeah, that'd be cool. Brandon, can you confirm all tornado warnings have ended? Good, you got it on the screen. Perfect. What about the tornado watches? Are they still going?
I believe so. Let me double check. Yeah, they're still in effect.
I still think it's song time. Welcome to our second live stream of the day. Sing that Chipmunk song. Waiting patiently says, oh, I'm going to take my sweet time to get this going. Again, I'm on 3 hours of sleep. I want to make sure I've got everything set up nicely so that I can actually do it properly. But if you have some patience, if you've got an ounce of patience, I'll get there. So thank you for Amanda says, I have storm anxiety. Please, I want to hear it. Okay. It's for those who have storm anxiety. So I will bust this out. Give me a second. I'm going to figure this out. I can do this. I can remember all my settings. When we first started live streaming today, I left the reverb on. That was pretty brutal. Okay, I think I got this. All right, set up this microphone. I'm going to double microphone it too. I'm not just single microphoning it. I'm double microphoning it here. That's right. Stepping it up a notch. We're taking this to the next level here, folks. Give me a second. Okay. Now, where did I put those lyrics? I want to make sure I don't mess them up. Okay, I think we'll call the song "Storm Has Passed" because it's the first line. So, "Storm Has Passed." I think that's the name. Do I have anything to drink? What about this old bubbly water from 2 days ago? That'll do. That'll do just fine. All right, where was I here? Let's see if I can do this properly. Okay. All right, let me see here. All right, I'll figure this out. Okay, so I do have to turn off my noise cancellation. See, I knew this was going to take me a while, so I appreciate your patience. It's going to take a bit of time. All tornado warnings have ended. There are still tornado watches in place, but all tornado warnings have ended, and we're not seeing anything strong rotation-wise right now. So, okay. Whoopsie. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I just wanted to turn off that fan. Let me make sure the. Oopsie. This is looking like it's going to be bad, but don't worry, it's going to be all right. Turn off the air conditioning just in case. Turn off my background noise reduction. Turn on the reverb and the backup guitar. Okay, shall we? Make sure my mic is in the right spot here. Storm has passed, the time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. The storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long till you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Ooh, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. Thunder's gone, rain is calming down. If you look up to the sky, you'll see things are clearing out. Everything is gonna be okay, even if it's not. All storms pass eventually. Know you have a lot. You got me, you got mom, you got all the things that you've become. Me, you got mom, you got a loving home where you're from. You got me, you got mom, got one family. You only get one. You only get one. Storm has passed. Time is now to go to bed. You can do it somehow. Storm is gone, and maybe it's not too long till you rest your head, get some sleep, try to dream of something sweet. Ooh, you're gonna be alright. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight, tonight, tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight. You're gonna sleep just fine tonight. Tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you kindly. Appreciate it. New song that I wrote. Oh no, the reverb's still on. The reverb. There, that'll be better. That should be better. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you kindly. All storms pass eventually. That's not a bad name, Shelby. Not a bad name. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it. Thank you kindly. Put it on Spotify now. We put it on Instagram, or sorry, on YouTube. If you go to the instant weather, this is where my mind is after having 3 hours of sleep. If you go to the instant weather YouTube channel, first off, if you could give us a subscribe there and a like, we'd appreciate it. We're trying to build that channel up. It's slowly but surely building up. So if you do have YouTube and you have a YouTube account, which is free and easy to make, go to YouTube and search Instant Weather. You'll find our channel. Make sure it's the channel with like 24,000-ish followers-ish. Because there's one that has like 900. That's another one we started. We're going to like ditch it. I should just ditch it. Anyways, but it's the one with 24,000 people. Make sure it's that one. Please give us a subscribe so we can build that channel up. We'd really appreciate it. And then scroll down the videos, and you'll find a video that's completely black. There's nothing to it. It was another me staying up late. I wrote that song. I posted it at like, I don't know, 1 a.m. or something like that. And anyways, so that's the song. All storms shall pass. Somebody said. I forget who said that, but yeah, that's. Thank you so much. Brian said subbed and liked. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Sean says 24.2 thousand. Oh wow. Okay, cool. That's good. I see. EJR says, but if you put it on Spotify or Apple Music, we can buy it and you get monetary support. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. I mean, I should probably put it up there at some point in time. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll work on that. I'm working on. I have a whole album of songs. If you've been following our live streams for a while, I've been playing a whole bunch of different originals, like going back to bed. Everything's about sleep. There's a theme here, isn't there? There seems to be a theme. We'll just call I'll call the new band I'm creating. I'll call it Sweet Dreams or something. Bookend Vortex. That's another one. Yeah, that's another one. I don't know if that's gonna make it. It'll be like a hidden track or something. What else is there? There's High Five. There's been a whole bunch of different ones we played. Yeah, I'll definitely. Crazy Day says Adam Clark. Adam Clark, what's up, Clark? Yeah, crazy day. Yes, get some sleep. I'll try, my brother. Adam Clark is the original co-founder of Ontario Tornado Watch many, many, many moons ago, and he's a good dude. Learned a lot from him. He's great. He's the reason that the page was excellent in the very first couple of years there. He is doing what I'm doing now and burning the candle at both ends to try to make the page awesome. And so huge thank you to our co-founder, Adam. Co-founded by two Adams. Amazing Person 349 said, just saw the Greenfield, Iowa tornado earlier this year. Now has the highest winds observed in a tornado with 313 mile per hour from the Dow. So that's even higher than El Reno? Holy moly. 313 mile per hour winds. What is that in kilometers per hour? Is that like 500? What is 313? Hold on. 313 mph in kilometers an hour. It's 503.725 kilometers per hour. 500 kilometer an hour winds measured by an in the field radar. DOW is Doppler on wheels. It's literally a radar in the back of a truck, and they drove it right close to the storm, and they measured 500 kilometer an hour winds inside of the Greenfield, Iowa tornado. Wow. Ladies said the AI chat summary said your song had 2 different names. Oh boy. I hope everybody in the States right now with the tornadoes going on down there is doing okay. Yeah. Hope everybody stayed safe today. It's been a day, folks. It's been a day. MD Gibson says, is there anywhere to look up historical data of tornadoes, touchdowns, or microbursts based on the damage? There's a whole bunch of stuff in the States. Highwaysandhailstones.com has a really good historical database with tornadoes. If you want to actually look up the historical radar data and actually go frame by frame through it, we have that as an option on Instant Weather Pro. You can go to instantweatherpro.com if you'd like to subscribe. Yeah. Again, I'm on 3 hours of sleep, so I think that's probably it for our live stream. You can download our free app at instantweatherapp.com. We'd appreciate if you did that. If you do want to subscribe to Instant Weather Pro, like we watch here, where you can swipe between wind radar and reflectivity radar for rain. So rain, wind, rain, wind. If you want to go back and forth between those to see if you can see rotation or damaging wind gusts or all that kind of stuff for your area, you can go to instantweatherpro.com and subscribe to that. But a huge thank you to everybody who's joined us on the live stream. Thank you so much, everyone. I hope everybody stayed safe tonight. Thanks for coming back for our second live stream. Dogs are going bananas. It's at Wienerfest today, and the wieners are going bananas. But anyways, yeah, thank you so much, Brendan, for jumping on the stream again with me. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you to everybody on the Instant Weather team. Appreciate all of your help. And thank you so much to this wonderful community. That's our second live stream for the day. We'll probably be back tomorrow because it looks like more risk for Southern Ontario. Niagara region, from last time I looked, it was like Niagara, maybe parts of the GTA, Eastern Ontario, and also Saskatchewan looks really strong. So we'll see what happens there as well, too. So we'll be covering Saskatchewan storms Actually, let me just scroll out here. Is there anything going on across the country? There's still some severe thunderstorm warnings over here in Manitoba and Saskatchewan right now. Oh, hello. That's an interesting little storm here near Wapella. Some minor broad rotation. Nothing too substantial at this point in time. This an interesting little storm down here south of Pearson. Oh, it did have a nice rotation couplet on it, actually, right here. It definitely had nice rotation on it. By nice, I mean not great. I mean like nice, nice looking visually. Looks organized. Organized rotation on that Pearson storm, but it looks like maybe it's starting to weaken on the latest frames. Yeah, the latest 2 frames are getting weaker. It's just about to cross into the U.S. under a severe thunderstorm warning from Environment Canada here. Some interesting little storms with tiny little broad rotations on them, but nothing too substantial near, I believe that was Moose Mountain Provincial Park. And if we go over here, looks like we do have some storms down by Winkler, Manitoba at the moment. The main risk is definitely for tomorrow in Saskatchewan, though. It looks really strong, and maybe into parts of Manitoba as well. But and even some thunderstorms up here in parts of northwestern Ontario, but nothing too substantial. Yeah, that one storm looked quite decent, but it's heading now into the U.S. And I think that's probably it to look at. Yeah, I would think so. Just wanted to take a look for our folks, because we cover weather in, of course, Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, Ontario. We cover Atlantic Canada, and we'd like to do more in BC as well too. Would be great. But anyways, flooding risk for sure. Everywhere you see in green here is under a rainfall warning from Barrie all the way up to Sudbury, Sault Ste. Marie to Quebec, and through Ottawa as well too. This is all of flood warning. So the precipitation you've already received, and there is still more coming. So yeah, just lots and lots and lots of precipitation. So hopefully you don't experience flooding, but if you do, sorry to hear that, and hopefully you get it cleaned up quickly. Now, hold on just a minute. Just a second. A little bit of minor rotation down here near Monk, M-O-N-C, heading up towards Monticello, Wesley. Little tiny bit. I want to take another look at that. If you look at it from Exeter, which is further away, but not too much further away, you can definitely see the kind of little rotation notch. Little tiny minor rotation there on that storm. Interesting. That's one I'm going to keep an eye on. I'll keep an eye on that. If it gets more interesting, then post a notification on that one as well too. Shelby says rotation couplets are Adam's doom scrolling. Seth Manka says little spin up by Con. Yeah, this little one. Yeah, I'm watching it. See what Tilt 2 is doing. Tilt 2 looks pretty boring. There's not a lot of upper level support for it, but it's definitely worth watching. Thank you so much, Bonnie. I appreciate it. No sleep for you, says Christina. Dog Steve says get to bed, Adam. I even played like the get to bed song, and now I'm like, oh, more rotation. Seth Manka says, whenever Adam looks away, a storm wants to spin up. I know, right? Welcome to my life here. Okay. Wow, machine learning says there's a 6% chance of a tornado on that cell. I think that's the same one it's talking about. Let's see here. Or is it the same storm? Hold on. No, it says 9%. 9% on that storm. It's the storm to the north that it said 6%. I'm surprised it says 9% on that little cell. It did have a little tail right here, but barely rotation. Now it's got some minor rotation. I'm going to make a polygon right now, just proactively. I'm not going to send it out yet. Maybe I am. All right, I might do a minor rotation polygon on that. I think there's, Brendan, it's still a tornado watch, right?
Correct.
Yeah, all right.
And models did indicate that the environment would be quite strong until about 9 or 10 for tornadoes in east of Lake Huron.
Yeah, it's been kind of trending. Still could be something there. All right, I'm going to go minor on that one. Just in case. Machine learning is pretty aggressive with it at 9%. Like 9% is not huge, but it's not small either. Let's see here. I'll go minor on that one, just in case. Now, I wonder if those reports we had are... See, those reports were so... Like, they were so violent, and nobody else in the area had any reports. That's why I think they were trolling us. We detected minor rotation on the storm. Where is it exactly here? Yeah, on the storm near... Hold on. I want to see velocity, because that's literally what matters. It's more near Monk. Storm near M-O-N-C-K, tracking to the northeast towards Wesley. This is west of Grand Valley. 906, do we have a new frame? We have a new frame so soon. I'm going to wait for that new frame, because if it vanishes, I'm not posting. I'm going to say 913. I'm waiting 1 minute just to see, because it could vanish. It could be nothing. Should be getting a frame soon. We know we're getting it soon. There we go. We're already starting to see the little pulsing. If I show you how Instant Weather Pro actually looks, you can see that little pulsing on the live symbol right at the very top left here. If I click on that, you see that little pulsing right there? That means we get a new frame soon. Pulsing means it means that it's basically time for the new frame to come in, and we're checking like every 3 seconds. Every 3 seconds we're checking. Is there a new file? 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 And as soon as there's a new file, we bring it up. So we should be seeing that new file pretty soon, within seconds. And then we'll know. And we'll see a new file for both King City and for Exeter. So there is this little notch on Exeter, which is just slightly concerning. That was probably noise over there. But this looks like a little tiny little notch. And where's our new frame? Where's our new frame? Where's our new frame? We need a new frame so we can tell if it's not great. Ernie says, I'm in Grand Valley and it's pretty sketchy here. We'll wait it out. We're waiting just for a little bit. Layton says we got an alert like 30 minutes ago for Angus. Did you get a tornado warning for Angus? There was never a tornado warning for Angus. There's also this method of turning the radar off and turning it back on by clicking on the radar icon. Where's my new frame? There it is. Bum, ba-da-bum, ba-da-ba-bum, bum, bum, bam. Did you have to get that noisy? What did I do to the radar? Oh my goodness. I spun it right around. Okay, hold on. This is... Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm going minor. And the timing is a little off of what I thought. Is going to be 9:15 p.m. All right, I'm going to go minor on that one right there and post. All right, we'll hang out for a little bit and see if this does something. Brenda says it's moving southeast. I think it's moving to the northeast. This is definitely moving northeast. It's going towards Shelburne. It's minor, so chances are it's probably nothing. But we are under a tornado watch here, and there is somewhat of environment still left around. And machine learning on that storm went from 9% to 19%. So machine learning thinks there's a 19% chance of a tornado in the storm. It doubled its chances in one run. Really? Yeah. And the severe risk on that storm went all the way up to 42%. 19% tornado risk on that, 15% damaging wind risk on that, and an overall 40% chance of severe weather on that storm based on machine learning algorithms, based on AI, quote unquote. But AI is really just machine learning, so that's why we refer to it as machine learning, because it is basically just taking in all the data of many, 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 many confirmed tornadoes and radar and environment and all this kind of stuff and spitting back out a number, telling us a number. By the way, we're going to be adding those percentages to Instant Weather Pro. I know I've said that for a little while now. We've been dealing with a few other things, but that is definitely on its way. We will be adding that to Instant Weather Pro quite soon. I don't like my Polygon, by the way. It's heading up towards Keldon right now, I believe. Yeah, Keldon, Shelburne. Yeah, heading in that direction right now. My Polygon is a little bit too far to the north, so I'm going to adjust it slightly. There. I'm going to send basically the same notification again. My apologies for those who have to get it twice, but I want to make sure that something doesn't occur outside of the Polygon. That would be bad. So it's went from sending it to 1,192 people. Now we're sending it to 1,711 people, and it's going to be 9:18. All right. Okay, sending that right now. I'm going to go back into our system and remove the old one, which was at 9:15. All right. So you'll see this Polygon change here. If I hit refresh, it should probably change from where it was to where it is now. There we go. That's the new one, which includes Amaranth. So Grand Valley, Amaranth, Crombie's, Shelburne. Wow, machine learning went up quite a while. Dottie says, Adam, remember AI garbage in, garbage out. If the incoming data is faulty, you get faulty data going out. Of course, yeah. But again, we have a reasonably strong environment. The problem is that Environment Canada radar is quite noisy. It's not helping things here. So that is the problem. That could cause some noise in the radar data, and that could be affecting the percentages for sure. But the fact that I do see this from Exeter makes me think that this is actually rotating. So it's not just one radar that shows it, it's two radars. So I think there is a little something going on right there. It's hard to say exactly what it is, but there is some minor rotation going on. And it's good. Like if we see minor rotation and then we go to the machine learning and it says, yeah, there's a decent percentage a chance of something happening, then you're like, it's a supportive thing. It's not like a be all end all. It's just a kind of a bit of a support thing. There's times before where it looks really strong and it's or it looks, the percentages are really high. Then I look at radar and go, it's garbage. Laura says, can you check Wyerton, Port Elgin area? Just a little scared still. Yeah, no problem. I think you're probably okay over there. Let me double check. But I think you're fine. Yeah, you're good. You're fine. My only area of concern right now is going to be this little cell heading up towards Shelburne. Just a little concerned with that one right now. Did you also notice how yeah, I checked KBuff, if you didn't notice that, amazing person 349. I just checked KBuff as well. Where is this? This is Amy. It's near Shelburne, so northwest of Orangeville, which would be northwest of Toronto, which is northwest of Lake Ontario and south of Georgian Bay. Steve says Shelburne has always been brutal for weather in all the seasons. Yeah, you get hammered in the winter, right? And then you also get a lot of snow. So, yeah, you get both. Suzanne says, any concerns for what's heading towards Halliburton? I don't think so. I can double check. Take a look at Eastern Ontario radar. Nope. Everything over there looks pretty boring. Maybe some heavy rain. I mean, there's obviously a flood risk. Let's not downplay that. There's definitely a flood risk, but this almost looks like a hook here, east of Bradford, but velocity has zippity doodah on it, so there's no winds conflicting here. It's just, whoa, what happened here? It's a weird little BWER, a little viewer, bounded weak echo region. Interesting. Okay, we do have a new frame. We have the 18 frame, 918. And yeah, we still got that happening. So we're still waiting out on this one. John says we like it boring. Yeah, we like it boring. We'd prefer it boring. Boring's much nicer. Yeah, but Seth, you gotta watch it for those. Gotta watch it for all that noise. Excuse me. If you are new to the stream, I had 3 hours sleep last night. It was my fault. I was working on that new survey. Let me know if you filled out the survey. It's what actions do you actually take during a tornado warning or during custom notifications from us, like rotation detected and all that kind of stuff. I'd like to know what you actually do. Kylie says Ontario Stormwatch. I shared something on Instant Weather Storm Report. You mean on Ontario Storm Reports? Greg says we can't forget where the 1985 tornadoes went through. Yeah. Teresa says I'm in Shelburne. Are we cinnamon? I mean, I'd be like getting prepared. I don't know if you're cinnamon yet. It is coming your way. That's for sure. It's here. Next frame, it's here. Next frame, it's going to be here. So it's coming towards western Shelburne at the moment. I would say we're under tornado watch. Machine learning's kind of excited about it. It looks decent on a couple of radars. I would be prepared to take shelter. Roberta says, what does cinnamon mean? So cinnamon is it's the word that somehow has become synonymous with taking shelter. It was from some Simpsons episode. They used the word cinnamon as a safe word. It was a pretty freaky episode. Don't even look for it. They used the word cinnamon as their safe word. And so I kind of ripped that off and started saying to my family, like, when I say cinnamon, it means it's time to go to the basement. So we just call that cinnamon. So now I get messages from my wife's cousin, who's like, who I consider my cousin now. We've been together so long, but is it cinnamon time? Cinnamon, Adam? So people just ask me, is it cinnamon time now? And I'm like, it's looking like cinnamon. RW says, can you please post the link for the survey? So if you go to our small hail in Keswick, interesting. If you go to Instant Weather Ontario on either Facebook or Twitter, I have pinned it. I've pinned the survey to the top. Ooh, got a new frame. New frame. I think it's cinnamon time in Shelburne. We didn't get a new frame from King. We only got a new frame from Exeter. Exeter coming in quicker. And it looks like cinnamon time for Shelburne. I mean, 97.92 kilometers an hour right here. This looks like a rotation couplet. There's tilt 2. There's tilt 3 looks really strong. Tilt 4 looks really strong. Oh boy. I'm switching from minor rotation here, changing my polygon right about now to rotation detected on this one. This is actually looking quite organized. Yeah, quite organized indeed. I would say Shelburne is cinnamon time. It's going to be time to take shelter with this one. Rotation detected or tornado potential. I need to see King first. Where's the 24 frame, King? King? Where is the 24 frame? Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. It does not look as strong from King. But it could be this. This could be the little couplet. It's right at the hook. And there's rotation right here. Then, if we go back to a radar which is a little further away, over here at Exeter, we've got a pretty strong little signature right here near Maple Grove, heading into Shelburne. And if I go to tilt 2, it's like this, which this is probably noise, but this if that's not noise, then that's a pretty strong rotation couplet. Then this looks really strong at tilt 3. And at tilt 4, we also look quite strong. So there is a lot of upper level support for this rotation. And if even just a little bit of it is hitting the surface here, and this is actually a couplet right here, then we might have something. Let me go to correlation coefficient. I just want to see if you can see anything from it right now. Let's go right here. This is why I love the swiping tool on Insim Weather Pro. It's so nice to be able to swipe back and forth. Oh, let me switch my display so it's larger here. There we go. So there is a tiny little drop right here. Let's go back one. It could be noise though, but there's a tiny little CC drop perfectly co-located with that tiny little couplet. Let me look at the environment again. Let's see what machine learning is saying. We're at 8%. It went down again, so it's at 8%. But still, 8 is not small. 8% tornado potential from machine learning on that storm. I was going to go rotation detected, but King is a closer radar, and it's really noisy. This is a tricky one. It could be elevated. We could have tight rotation, multiple tilts up in the storm, and what's happening at the surface is it's not interacting with the surface. That is possible. There is some inhibition in place. There's still 0.5 VTP, the violent tornado parameter. There is still a 4 of a supercell. There's still a little bit of SIGTOR, both fixed and effective. Yeah. Let's see. There's conditional. Yeah, there's a bit of conditional. There's 0.5 VTP. I don't know. Stranger things have happened. I would say definitely be on high alert in Shelburne with that one. And prepared. I'd be prepared to go downstairs, prepared to go to the basement. Some of you may have already gone to the basement when I said it's cinnamon time for Shelburne, because I was just basing on the data of Exeter, which definitely looks sus, as my son would put it. Definitely looks suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. So we wait. I'm not going to go to rotation detected just based on King. I'm going to wait. I still said minor rotation, so there's still a notification out there that says there is a little bit of tornado potential on this storm. So I will wait to see. We'll wait and see. Brenda says, can't you see the CC drop clearly? Not Canadian radar. And sometimes if it's a monster tornado, then you can see it easily. But if it was like a very small tornado, it's really hard to see. Keswick in the path, says Michael. No, I don't think so. I do not think so. All right. We wait. We sit and... Oh! What? What is this mess? This better be noise. 135 kilometers on one side and 84 kilometers an hour on the other side. That has to be noise. Yeah, it's not even on tilt 2. Okay, that's noise. It's really interesting. Is it side lobe? Maybe. But why? Don't know. That's strange. Very strange. Anywho, King radar is really close to that storm, but it's having a hard time with it. And Exeter still kind of shows a little something going on. Take a look at tilt 2 and tilt 3 here. Look at tilt 2. If this is not noise, 100 versus 48, 148 kilometer an hour rotation. And it's on tilt 3 and kind of nothing on tilt 4. But it's weak on tilt 1, but it's kind of present. I mean, this looks no different than Port Elgin looked earlier. Yeah, I think we got to wait that one out a little bit. I don't know what's going on down here. This looks like side lobe contamination. It's something messy about it. Oh, boy. Yeah, Shelburne, I'd still be... Let me know what's happening in the comments. What's happening? Steven says, what was the damage in Port Elgin? I don't know. Was there damage in Port Elgin? Part of Bancroft is out of power. Interesting. I'm turning on the air conditioning. It's getting warm in here. Better turn on my noise canceling. There we go. Okay. And it says lots of rain north of Shelburne. Power back on in Point Clark, says Anne. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Mindel says, any confirmed tornadoes today? Not confirmed yet, but we did have a video of what looked like a tornado on the ground. Pretty convincing video of a tornado on the ground near Base Borden. So I think the Northern Tornadoes Project is going to investigate that one. It looks very convincing, but it also looks like it looked like it had maybe subtornadic winds at the surface. It's hard to say, so it might not actually get confirmed a tornado. We'll see. We'll have to wait. No wind in Melanchthon, says Sarah. It's good to know. Hi, Michelle. Bert Whistle? Thank you, Amber. Appreciate it. Amanda says, what area does the Northern Tornadoes Project cover? Canada. They cover the area called Canada. Bobby says, I can't tell what direction the storm is going. Yeah, it's going to the northeast. So it's eventually going to head up towards Whitfield, parts of Melancton potentially here. It's going that direction. Excuse me. It's been a long day. Malmer area. Randwick. Mr. Wonderful says, Adam says, time for bed, and the storm says, try again. Def says, does the NTP have its own Facebook page? Yeah, for sure. Look up Northern Tornadoes Project. We're official partners with the NTP. And again, we built Instant Weather Pro for the NTP, but also for our own team, of course, to track storms. And then the cool thing was the NTP got us to build it for them and then said, go ahead and launch it to the community. So we did. And we've been working on it for a few years now. But yeah, the NTP will have to survey. They survey tornado events and help Environment Canada confirm the ratings on those. Exeter had a slight CC drop. Okay, thank you very much. How's the weather going to be for Midland? I think it's probably going to be all right. You might see some storms. It doesn't look too wild up there. Main risk is flooding, for sure. There's lots of there's flooding warnings, basically what we in Canada call rainfall warnings for a huge area from Sault Ste. Marie through Greater Sudbury all the way down to Barrie, through Ottawa, all the way to Montreal, and lots of parts of Quebec. This whole area is under basically a flood warning right now. James says ditches are almost overflowing. Second concession of New Lowell. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Cute dog. Brittany says, what's weather for Barrie? I mean, what are you experiencing? I'm in Barrie right now. I'm not looking outside, though, but it looks like we're going to get lots of rain. Yeah, lots of rain. I'm glad I didn't go past minor on this one. Brandon said, what inspired Instant Weather to start? Instant Weather started, and so what inspired it? Inspired it was me seeing it. One time, Midland got hit by a tornado, and I remember the tornado warning vividly. And I remember the sky being green in Barrie, and the clouds were low hanging, and I saw what I thought was a funnel cloud go through Barrie. I didn't know anything at the time. I was just like, oh, that kind of looks like a funnel cloud. And I went and I watched the warning, you know, like the red text at the bottom of the screen, and you watch the warning, and you read it like 10 times. You're like, I wonder if the information is going to change in the 10th time, and it never changed. I'm like, why does the information on the tornado warnings never change? How come it doesn't say, like, somebody spotted a tornado, the tornado was here, the tornado was there? It just said, like, Barrie, Collingwood, Midland. And I'm like, that's a huge area to have a tornado warning. How confusing is this? This is so confusing. And then my wife's like, hey, why don't you watch this cool show on Discovery Channel? It's called Storm Chasers. I was like, oh, what's this? And it was Reed Timmer and Tim Samaras, rest in peace. And I started watching these brilliant storm chasers in the U.S. Brave is a better word. Brave storm chasers. You know, obviously Reed is the GOAT of all time, so you could say he's brilliant. But you know, watching these guys in the U.S. and they're bullseyeing tornadoes, and I'm going, why are they bullseyeing tornadoes in the U.S.? Inside, they're in a tank, lowering to the ground, pressurizing the cabinet, spiking it into the ground like something out of a movie. And how is this happening? But in Canada, we have a tornado warning that's from Midland to Collingwood to Barrie. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Anyways, and that's where it all started. And I tried to learn as much as I possibly could. Ricky says, appreciate what you do. Have no idea how to send stars. Ricky, I think you have to do it on the Instant Weather Ontario page. We have 2 Facebook pages and a Facebook group. But I think you have to do it on the Instant Weather Ontario page. I don't think you can send stars on Ontario Stormwatch for some reason. So if you go on Facebook, search for Instant Weather Ontario, and then you should be able, you can find our live stream there, and you should be able to send stars through that. So huge thank you to all those who have sent stars. Huge thank you to all those who have sent in super chats. Dory says, does Liam still chase? He does, yeah. And Liam is he's an excellent storm spotter, and the reason being is he has a driver, which is his dad. His dad always drives, and he's not like he's a kid anymore. He's getting much older now. But his dad always drives, so he has someone who's dedicated to driving, and he is dedicated to watching the radar and tracking storms. The other thing too is that he's a paramedic, so if you're going to be a storm spotter and you're not a paramedic, you come across it's flying here, fruit fly. You come across a whole bunch of damage and you have to go do search and rescue, and you're first responder and you don't have any medical training, that's probably going to be a problem. But with him being a paramedic, if he's first on scene, that's fantastic. That's fantastic stuff. So kudos to all the first responders out there. Michelle says, you know what? I was watching some storm chasers from the U.S. and like a train, they had a tornado schedule. I found it quite fascinating. Yeah, I mean, with the latest model data and surface observations and all this kind of stuff, you can pretty closely pinpoint where something might happen. And, we just basically emulated what the National Weather Service was doing in the U.S., all of their techniques, and trying to narrow things down to a T. And that's why we started Instant Weather. We just wanted to really bring more clarity to the situation. Still seeing some minor rotation over Shelburne. How's Shelburne, by the way? Folks in Shelburne, can you let me know what's going on? I have not met Reed Timmer, but I got a chance to talk to him on like a Twitter Spaces one time. That was pretty cool. But no, I haven't met Reed. Reed is the GOAT, and also Reed was my inspiration early on, for sure. Once I saw what he could do, I was like, okay, I need to learn more about this. I need to know what's going on. And then also to Pecos Hank is just brilliant. His videos are so good. You look up Pecos, Pecos Hank. Look up Pecos Hank on YouTube. That guy is awesome. He's pretty funny. He's a good musician too as well. I'd like to play a song with him sometime. Whoa, they issued a severe thunderstorm warning for where? For what? What? Oh, for this storm? For this Palmerston storm? Oh, it does have pretty strong winds in here. 83 kilometers an hour? Yeah. All right, that's fine. Nothing on the Shelburne storm. Nothing on the rotating Shelburne storm, but yeah, there could be some strong winds on. Really? I was surprised that they put it on this storm. I mean, King City looks pretty. King City looks pretty boring. So, let's see here. Kylie says, "Where is that?" It's just southwest of Shelburne. It's down near Palmerston, heading up towards Wellington North area. Cheryl says, thanks for all you guys do. I've been interested in tornadoes ever since I watched the 1979 one in Woodstock that had no warning. Well, 1979, there wasn't a lot of technology to be able to warn tornadoes back then. Yeah. But yeah, I'm glad you stayed safe on that one. That was an F4. I think there was actually 2 F4s that went through Woodstock that day. 2 separate F4 tornadoes basically on the same parent cell, I think. Lewis says, do not forget Skip Talbot. Yeah, Skip's great. His El Reno analysis video is unbelievable. Karina says, Minto, severe thunderstorm warning, Mount Forest, tornado watch. We're in a trailer park. Should we be worried? You're in where? You're in Mount Forest? I see. It could be some strong winds with that one. I don't know I think that maybe they're being proactive with it because on radar, it hasn't reached severe threshold yet. It's close, 85 kilometers an hour right here. This little bright pocket you can see here is really close. This is 89 kilometers an hour. So you might see some pretty strong wind gusts with that one, I'd say. I am still quite surprised that this with 100 kilometer an hour wind gust data from Exeter. But if you look at the closer radar, it looks pretty boring. Was there anybody in Shelburne that said anything in the chat? 1 second here. Oh, Seth Manka says the Mount Forest tornado warning, or Mount Forest severe thunderstorm warning mentions the risk of a tornado. But they didn't notify this storm? This is the storm? What, this one? This one's got some gusty winds. I don't see any rotation on it. All right, I'm going to take a short nap. Can you guys wake me up when the next radar frame comes in? I've had 3 hours of sleep, and I need to go to bed. I think I'm going to shut down the stream. I think I have to, or my eyes will bleed out of my head. Or Brennan, maybe. Maybe you can throw some music up. Put up Ontario storm reports, and let it roll. Brennan's probably long gone now. Brennan switched it to this and just like shut off his computer. But I still have Brennan's overlay, which makes me think that he's around somewhere. Maybe not. Oh. Strong winds at Mississauga Beach, someone said. Just felt some wind. All right, scrolling through the comments here. How active do you think tomorrow's going to be? It's going to be interesting. Saskatchewan's going to be probably pretty wild, and Eastern Ontario could be really interesting. We'll see. Teresa says Shelburne has light rain and all of a sudden became pretty calm. BW says was raining hard and really windy. Now just rain, slight wind, Shelburne. Megan says Melanchthon was notified with minor rotation. Yeah, I did that earlier on the live stream. Seth says, did EC hit the wrong county for the warning? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. Because it's so close. But again, the winds here are pretty strong. But I'm surprised they mentioned tornado risk on that cell. Maybe because it's isolated? I don't know. Odd. Oh, okay. Oh, still the same frame, 42. Do we get a new frame soon? We do. Get a new frame in like a minute or two. Dory says, go to bed, Adam. We appreciate you staying longer. This is a conflicting statement. I do need some sleep so bad. It's all good. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. I'm going to wake up every 2 minutes screaming. I love that joke. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight. Wake up every few minutes screaming. Teresa says, I'm watching the stream like a hawk. Aw, I'm still thinking about your song. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Storm has passed. Shelburne. I should make it really contextual. Storm has passed. Shelburne. It's heading to Earnscliffe. That doesn't rhyme very well. Primrose, Earnscliffe, by the hill. Mansfield. Steve says, good night, team. Oh, sorry, good night, team. I'm golfing tomorrow at 8:30. Wish me luck. Good luck. Hole in one, you can do it. On that par 3, you can do it. I believe in you. Greg says, do you count funnels in your sleep? Did we get a new frame? We did. And velocity looks pretty boring at the surface. It's going to look stronger from Exeter, I'm sure. Yeah, here we go once again. It's got this weird face. Look at it this way. Looks like a Nintendo character. Looks stronger from Exeter, as it has for many, 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 many frames. But it looks weak from King City, and that's a much closer radar. I think probably going to go ahead and expire the minor rotation section. Largo says, do you golf? I got really excited about golf in my late 20s and did it for like 3-4 years, and I was terrible. So I stopped playing. I'm sure, it takes time. I knew it wasn't like an overnight thing. I knew it was going to take a while. But no, I haven't golfed in a while, but it's fun. It's fun. My putting is really good. My putting was excellent, actually. But didn't make up for not staying on the fairway, slicing the crap out of every shot. Let's see here. I try to overshoot it, and then I'd slice it. If I didn't do a full swing, I would usually go straight. But I'm like, I'd actually play my slice. Justin said, I'll give you a free golf lesson. Can't believe you are still on the stream. Thanks, Justin. I'd play my slice because I knew it would slice, so I'd like aim it like to the forest. And then if it worked perfectly, it would slice and land right in front of me. It was awesome. But the problem is sometimes I'd aim towards the forest, and then I would just connect with it perfectly, and it would just go pew into the forest. So it was very inconsistent. It was very frustrating. I took a lot of mulligans. My favorite part, too, is when like really good golfers are like going super fast, and all of a sudden they're like at your hole already. They're done, and they're at your hole, and they're standing there while you're ready to slice your life away. And it's, yeah. What if it's the adjoining fairway? Yeah, that would help. Should Ottawa be worried about tomorrow? I mean, what do they say? If you worry, you suffer twice. If you worry and something bad happens, you suffer twice. So don't worry about it. Prepare for it. Aha. Now we see things happening. Severe thunderstorm warning on the Shelburne cell, and severe thunderstorm warning to the east, all the way up to Angus. Interesting. I bet you that one has I'm going to look it up, but I'm pretty sure it has mention of a tornado risk. Just got a severe thunderstorm warning for Beaton. Thank you, Kira, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Britt says, OMG, you're still here. Oh, yeah. Eventually, there's just going to be an AI version of me. Hello. If we do an AI version of me, it has to be really, really cheesy robot AI version of Adam. So it's like, hello, there is a tornado warning for, you know what I mean? It has to be like that. That would be. It can never be like, it can never seem like it's me. Bren, you can duck out if you want. It's all good. I'll just go full screen. Just duck out, I'll go full screen. It's all good. No biggie. If you're toast, dude, it's all good. It's all good. I just want to see if the severe thunderstorm warning mentions the tornado risk. I have a feeling it does. Shelburne. So how I'm checking this, I'm going to our free app. I'm typing in Shelburne. Clicking on Shelburne, Ontario. Clicking on the severe thunderstorm. Let's see here. Strong wind gusts and heavy rain. No, they didn't mention it. There's like the cookie cutter thing that says severe thunderstorms can produce tornadoes. But they didn't actually mention a tornado risk on that one. Okay. Yeah, and it makes sense because the velocity on King is like pretty boring. The only thing that looks interesting is when you go to Exeter and you look at that from a distance. But folks in Shelburne, if you're okay, then probably chances are this thing's down on the ground. Oh, what's it like near Georgian Bay and Wasaga Beach? It's just a flood risk up here for Barrie, Midland, Owen Sound, all these. Mainly, we're just into a flood risk at this point. There's just a couple little storms left with some strong wind gusts possible. This one right here and that one in Shelburne area heading to the northeast. So a couple of storms left with some strong wind gusts possible, but yeah, I think it's looking more and more not that exciting. So anyways, I think we're going to shut down the stream. We'll be watching radar closely. And Josh, it's a issue with these particular radars that they have a lot of second trip interference. But we're trying to work on that. I've heard Environment Canada is actually trying to work on the second trip interference. So Hope you can finally rest, says Britt. Thank you so much. Appreciate everyone. Thank you kindly. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Shelby. Thank you, Georgina. Thank you, Teresa. Thanks, Brennan. Thanks, Teresa. Thanks, everyone on the Insta Weather team. Patricia and Lindsay and Miranda and Cole and Cody, Kyle, Matt. Who else did I forget? Alana, of course. Sarah. Whoever else is on the team. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate it. It's been a long day. Tomorrow might be the same, but that's okay. This is what I hibernate all winter for. I hibernate all winter. You never see me. Like, where's Adam? Everyone all winter is like, where's Adam? Where'd he go? How come we don't see Adam anymore? It's because I'm in a cave wearing a fur coat and hibernating like a bear all winter. This is what I sleep all winter, and then I don't sleep all summer. Because it's my passion to track tornadoes, and hopefully everybody stays safe. That's what we do. Thank you so much, everyone. Please download our free app. You can get it at instantweatherapp.com. If you'd like to subscribe to Instant Weather Pro with all our Pro radars tools that we use all the time to track these storms, you can get that at instantweatherpro.com. And a huge thank you to all those who've subscribed to that. Huge thank you to all those who have subscribed to remove ads from our regular app and extend the feature radar. And huge thank you to those who sent super chats and stars and all this stuff to support us. You're the reason we exist. We financially would not be able to exist without this wonderful community. So pat yourself on the back, and thank you so much for all your help. Sincerely appreciate it. I hope everybody stayed safe today, and I hope everybody stays safe tonight. And we'll talk to y'all very soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.